Hello, my name is Ryan Minner, and I would like to talk to you about the relationship of divine command theory to natural law and virtue ethics. I will discuss how Stephen Evans attempts to integrate aspects of divine command theory, natural law, and virtue theory. I will define all three and show how Evans seeks to combine them together to create a complete ethic. Divine command theory. Divine command theory includes the claim that morality is ultimately based on the commands or character of God, and that the moral right action is the one that God commands or requires. The specific content of these divine commands varies according to the particular religion and the particular views of the individual divine command theorist, but all versions of the theory hold in common the claim that morality and moral obligations ultimately depend on God. Natural law. According to natural law, moral theory, the moral standards that govern human behavior are, in some sense, objectively derived from the nature of human beings and the nature of the world. As Aquinas says, the fundamental principle of the natural law is claimed to be that good is to be done and evil is to be avoided. Virtue theory. Virtue theory is a broad term for theories that emphasize the role of character and virtue in moral philosophy, rather than either doing one's duty or acting in order to bring about good consequences. Practical rationality. Evans says that we define natural law as practical rationality, and this practical rationality has 2 points. The first point is purposeful action. Actions have a point or purpose such that they are worth performing. Reason number 2 is reasonable action, which helps humans make a decision as to which of the many worthwhile actions that could be performed actually should be performed. The natural law theory characteristically then gives priority to the good. To understand the point of actions and to know what actions are reasonable, we must know what is good. The good gives us the purpose to act and the reason to act, and tells us what is worthwhile and reasonable to perform an action. Natural law theory prioritizes the good. View number 1. Good reasons to obey God are because God is good. Natural law theory says that good actions merit a good response. Giving a good gift merits gratitude, and it is good to express this gratitude. Natural law theory also says that if I give a good gift and do not receive gratitude, it is because the recipient is being unreasonable. God is the ultimate good, and because he commands us to act in a certain way, we should, because he is good, thus making it worthwhile to act this way and reasonable to act this way. This is where divine command theory and natural law theory connect, in the theory of the good. View number 2. Good relationship between God and man is good. A good relationship between God and man is good. Because God is good, it is good to have a relationship with him. And if you don't, you're being unreasonable. View number 3 is that God has the right to be obeyed, and it is good to obey. So, since God created the world, he has the right to tell us what to do. It is also good for God to tell us what to do because he has ownership rights over us. Virtue ethics, basically dealing that which makes its subject good. moral virtues, which tell us what the aim or the telos of moral duty is and why moral duties matter. Moral virtues lead to moral duties, and moral duties matter because they lead us to moral transformation. And moral transformation matters because it makes us like the good. In conclusion, divine command theory is not a complete ethic. It rests on a framework of normative truths, including an account of the good, such as natural law theory and virtue ethics theory, to be a complete ethic. Evans is clearly combining these here together to make, in an attempt to make a complete ethic. Natural law theory and virtue ethics not only answer different questions than the divine command theory, these ethics provide a context which transforms our understanding of moral obligations themselves. Evans believes that there is no opposition between these three types of ethical theories, but that they can be seen as offering complementary answers to different questions rather than rival answers to the same question. Ultimately, he is claiming that a divine command theory, a natural law theory, and a virtue ethics theory not only can be consistently held, but can have a natural complementary relationship. My thoughts are, I do ultimately see what Evans is trying to do here by combining them and saying that they are not in opposition of one another. I like how he uses them to complement each other, to answer different questions about divine command theory. I also really like how he points out that moral transformation is needed for us to ultimately enjoy the good God. I also want to give a special thanks to my friend Seppo, who took the time out to help me understand this material and specifically simplify my thoughts. Thank you, my friend. God bless you all.